Okay, hi. Yeah, we're going to get going, and here's our next example. Again, all of these are just everybody that's signed up. Not everybody's coming at the same moment. Some people are just can't, depending where they are, they can't. This time is awkward, so they get the tape later. Okay. But it's just the same steps, and the whole idea is to get you comfortable with what a good character assessment or a good natal chart interpretation is. So you don't have to expect too much, you don't expect too little, you don't get superficial with it. It just tunes us in and covers us in to the main factors. So you've got a thorough assessment of the main factors in the chart. Okay, so today's sample 3, is the Cancer, another Cancer, with an Aquarius moon and the Sag rising. But first thing we want to look at is the pattern type. And this one's fairly easy. You look at the single points. The Neptune is not on one side. There's no one planet on any one side standing out, so it can't be a bucket. There's 2 planets on one side and 8 on the other. So this is the seesaw. It's yeah. So the seesaw. Okay, I'm afraid we just got to bring those up. I'm sorry, I thought I had it here. And okay, well, we got it. The seesaw. I didn't get the moon phases. Okay. Three. I thought I had it. Okay, so we just the seesaw. We got it here. Seesaw. In this case, it's like the first example on the left here. 2 planets one side, 8 on the other. Okay, the seesaw is sensitive to both sides of any situation. You'll be continuously challenged to empower one side or the other. As soon as one side predominates, the other will make demands. You live in a world of polarities and conflicts. You're capable of a vast understanding, but too often waste your energies by being incorrectly aligned. So this is the seesaw. The vast understanding comes from the possibility of the oppositions being, several oppositions being able to be in the chart. I'll get the moon phase when we get there. So in this case, the opposition is the moon Jupiter, but the seesaw really is the outer world above the horizon and the inner world below the horizon. Seesaw is my world and the outside world. I'm doing everything outside. I'm not getting my inside. When I'm getting everything inside, the outside screaming. Okay, so when we want to get the moon phase, you really have to go to the, just go to the aspectarian, and you're looking for the exact angle. You're seeing on the aspectarian, you see the sun, moon is the first number up in the left here, 158.50. It's not an exact aspect, but 158.50. It's between, between 150. I'm sorry, between 135 and 180. So it's the waning full moon phase. So 158. Okay, we got the time. That's the angle. We see the sun at the end of Cancer. We look at the end of Capricorn, and the moon is past that. It's on the clockwise side from the sun. So it's just, but from end of Capricorn, it's moved into Aquarius. So it's just past that. It's the waning full moon phase. Okay. Here we are, the waning full moon phase. Okay. Sorry about that. This is the first phase of the waning moon. Here the sun and moon oppose each other, and moonlight begins to wane. This period lasts for 3.5 days after the exact full moon. The individual sense of freedom begins to be replaced by the need to belong. It's easy to feel alone and far away from others. but a new urge surfaces that wants to bridge that gap. The past and the future contrast each other. Every time you want to reach out, the past seems to hold you back. Every time you try to hold back and rest contented, the future forces you to act. There's a strong distinction between your family roots and your personal goals. This distinction yields awareness. You know what you can or cannot do and who you can or cannot help. It's an instinct. In this phase, inadequacies are exposed. Based on your awareness of vulnerabilities and shortcomings, you will take the initiative and adapt as needs demand. You will try to adjust to the requirements of the environment, but you also must make a strong effort to maintain your individuality. There will be times when you have difficulty concentrating as you will be pulled in two directions. So you can see the full moon phase has a lot of the factors of the seesaw within it as well. So you try to maintain a certain sensitivity to both sides of your life. Every month around the full moon, you'll find that your plans go out the window and are replaced by a sense of déjà vu. You will sense that something is going on around you, and you might lose focus about what it actually is. It is important to be aware that you will go through these periods of irrationality or seeming lunacy, and that when you do, it is probably the full moon. You have a sense of personal fulfillment, but need to make adjustments to include other people in your life. You tend to look for what or who is missing in your life. You're capable of deep understanding, but are usually out chasing the missing dream. You do need to find true understanding and the meaning of life, as it will lead to stability. It is easy for you to express your concepts creatively, but you need to discover which ones are worth expressing. You know where you're coming from and what you are doing, and yet you still feel something is missing. You search constantly for security, and you will want attention. However, you cannot go back to the past nor to the family for it. There is both a conflict and a latent compromise inherent in this phase. You usually see what is going around you, but are often uncertain of the solutions. Look for the compromise. When you expect too much of others, you'll get hurt. You want to nurture and be nurtured, but only on your terms and conditions. Once you give affection, you must let go of it. Try not to attach conditions on your love and feelings. Do not be a Klingon. Give your feelings freely. There's always more where it came from. So, okay. So in this case, the moon phase and the pattern type are both kind of in sync with each other. In the last chart we had the moon and the sun on one side of the phase. So, and when it's a new moon, they'll be on one side. So it can be very different. So this is, okay. Here, okay, just pull this over to here. We'll keep the chart here, and we use the point systems here. Okay. I know you can see it, but I've got to. Okay, try a bit smaller here. Pull this over. Yeah, okay, good. So we have the pattern type, the seesaw, and the waning full moon phase, both having the two sides and going both ways. So this is going to be an accentuated quality in this person's life. The sun is in Cancer, the moon is in Aquarius. So you have the sensitive, emotional sun sign in Cancer. You have the irrational, strategic, non-sympathetic moon sign in Aquarius. And you have the Sagittarius, fiery enthusiasm. So it makes you think a little bit. So the signals you'll get from someone as being a sun sign in Cancer is the sensitivity. But when you get close to them, you're going to run into the Aquarius moon, which is much more detached and not so sympathetic. Funny paradox within this. And the Sag ascendant sign is going to be enthusiastic. So it's going to be more enthusiastic or active. So you have fire, water, air, and fire. It's not earth here. It's not any practicality showing essentially in this sun moon thing. It is Let's see. No, they have increasing Cancer. So 2 points for daily. Not much to say there. Cardinal, fixed, mutable. They're each joined. Masculine, feminine, it's a mix. So there's not too much to say. There's just this funny distinction between the Cancer, the sensitive, home-loving Cancer, and the need to be more rational and detached and have a plan. So you can sense the sensitive moon in Cancer. You can see this moon in Aquarius trying to figure things out, having a plan of things, and you can see how that works towards astrology, towards having a plan of how things work. Okay, sometimes you have outstanding things stand out just in the first three. Here it's a diversity, and that's enough. That's enough to see that. Once we enter the points in, you can see 1 in Aries, 1 I am, the keywords, 3 in Cancer, which is the Sun and Jupiter, which is I feel, 1 in Leo, I will, 3 in Virgo, I analyze, and that's then 1 in the Balance, 2 in Scorpio, I desire, 1 I understand, 9 in I use, 2 in I know, because the moon in Aquarius, 0 and I believe. So I analyze and I feel. I analyze my feelings. I feel I have to analyze this. This is the main, out of the keywords, it's the main accentuation. Again, this is a little different than the sun-moon thing because you're getting the Cancer feelings there, but the analysis, the Virgo and analyzing comes up strong, fairly strong, which we didn't see in the sun-moon ascendant side. So, okay, you're just noticing that. Here we're getting to the primary factors, the daylight increasing 3, and darkness is increasing 11. So here the momentum is trying to belong. It was there with the full moon, it was there with the seesaw, that it's trying to belong. I need to feel I'm belonging. I need to be increasing my involvement. I need to be increasing my commitment, my relevance to others, as opposed to increasing my independence. I need to, so let me do this for you. Let me be involved here. Let me fix it. Let me help you. There's a strong movement, 11 to 3, more to belonging and moving towards being part of something than moving away from it, than being independent. Okay, that's a distinctive factor again. So again, we're going to see 2 sides to the seesaw. The momentum is going this way, and it goes really that way, and then there'll be times when it's pulled back the other way. Okay, daylight is greater, darkness greater, 8-6. There's a little bit of independent individuality here, more than the belonging, but still there's a need to feel one's belonging. What's it for? I gotta belong. That's the darkness increasing. Darkness increasing, daylight is greater. There's a certain amount of independent. I gotta have things a certain way, but it's not a big. It's not strong. That's not a strong extreme.